I always put out my music. I always sold my music from the day one. You know what I'm saying? I always been getting $4 or $5 out my CDs from day one.
Gucci Mane, the dude with an ice cream cone tatted on his face. Yeah, that guy. And even with that wild tattoo, one thing's always been clear. You don't play around with him. People act real proper when Gucci's in the room. Even veteran journalists get jittery when they sit across from him. It's not just respect, it's low-key fear. Interviewing Gucci? You better choose your words wisely, because one wrong move could cost you.
There's some people you don't play with.
It's just some people you don't play with.
Even Charlamagne nervous.
Listen, I don't listen.
Why you
I respect the street.
I know, I do have a question in my head, but
scared of me sitting lip service. Why you flexing like
no,
that?
I definitely wasn't scared of you on lip service.
Just ask DJ Envy. He found out the hard way on The Breakfast Club. One off-key question, and Gucci snapped.
This thing that we heard from Gucci was you allegedly threw a girl out of a car, I guess down in Atlanta. What happened with that case?
Hey man, you think I'm gonna talk about that?
I'm just asking.
I'm just saying.
I gotta ask everything.
I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I mean, we ask everything. We seen it on news.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. Man, Walker, I know he would kill somebody for me.
He crazy.
Die for me.
No, he crazy.
I don't even mess with me because of Walker. I ain't lying.
The vibe went from chill to icy cold in seconds. And Envy looked like he wanted to vanish right there on air. When someone crosses Gucci the wrong way, he doesn't just brush it off, he goes full savage mode. No warning, no hesitation, just pure clapback chaos.
I apologize. I did say Gucci probably wasn't going to show up.
Definitely not on time.
You gotta have some haters.
I wasn't hating.
And this isn't new. For over 20 years, Gucci has moved how he wants, when he wants. No label pressure, no industry rules. He's done it all on his own terms. That's the code Gucci's always lived by. Back in 2005, we saw that raw side for the first time when he clashed with Jeezy. And let's be clear, Jeezy ain't no lightweight either. But Gucci? He stepped up like he had nothing to lose.
I've been scared of Gucci from the time I heard Gucci really busted that gun.
Hey man, gonna do it again, somebody run up on me the wrong way.
And I don't want no problem.
The drama sparked over their hit collab, So Icy. The track took off, but when Jeezy wanted to claim it for his own album, Gucci said nah and kept it for his. Jeezy fired back with a diss track called Stay Strapped, and on the outro, he allegedly placed a $10,000 bounty on Gucci's chain. Things got real after that. Gucci got lured by a stripper, then ambushed by 5 men trying to rob him. But Gucci wasn't going down easy. He grabbed a gun and fought back.
One of them had green tape, one of them had a weapon, one of them had brass knuckles, and hit him with brass knuckles. Didn't hit him real hard, had him wrapped up. Another guy had a weapon, hit one of the other guys with a weapon. It became a situation where he defended himself. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, shoot him, something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby, and he started the open fire to defend himself. It was just him and a girl in there. 5 guys came in there to hurt him. So basically, he defended himself. From when I talked to the detective indicated he was set up. We have an independent witness I tried to give to the detective. The detective basically doesn't want a whole lot more information. We have a witness out there, a man that saw the 5 men go in. We have a woman that this young lady who he was with said, basically, she set him up. We're not sure of all the other facts yet.
This is life or death for my artist. This is life or death. This could mean the life or death of his project. And it's not just Gucci Mane who's at stake right now. It is Big Cat Records. It is hip-hop industry as a whole. It is the consumers of music and the people who look up to these rappers. This is a serious matter.
One of those men didn't make it out alive. The man who lost his life? Pookie Lock, a rapper signed to Jeezy's label. That connection had the streets buzzing. People started whispering, was Jeezy behind the setup? 3 days later, Pookie's body was found in the woods near Columbia Middle School. Gucci turned himself in, claiming self-defense.
Should be celebrating the release of his album and the success of his single, Icy. He's had to defend his life last week, and now he has to defend his freedom.
I'm not going to say anything, okay? He's a murder suspect and his lawyer, and I'm not going to say anything. Basically what happened, make a long story real short, he visited a young lady, went over to her place. She was there, he was there. At one point, she opened up a door, 5 guys come running.
And wild part? That was the same day his debut album dropped. He posted $100,000 bail and walked, but that was just the beginning of Gucci's legal roller coaster. In July 2005, Gucci popped off again, this time at Big Cat Records. He snapped on a club promoter and beat him with a pool stick. Even after the man hit the floor, Gucci kept swinging. That got him hit with 2 aggravated assault charges and sentenced to 6 months in jail plus 6.5 years probation. While serving time for that beatdown, news broke. Gucci had been acquitted of the attempted murder charge. 1 case closed. But the madness, it wasn't stopping. In 2008, Gucci was arrested again. Third time's never the charm. He got slapped with 600 hours of community service from the earlier case. But Gucci, he barely did 25 of them. That's not even a long weekend shift. Another probation violation, another jail stint, 6 more months. Then in November 2009, boom, violation again. Locked up till May 2010.
Maine is not a worthy candidate for probation, so the judge decided to end a portion of his probation and send him to jail. Fulton County Superior Court Judge John Goger decided to revoke 1 year of Radrick Davis's 3.5 years of probation on an assault charge. That means the rapper known as Gucci Mane will have to serve that 1 year in jail. The judge made that decision after hearing Davis has only completed about 25 hours of the 600 hours he was ordered to perform 2 years ago. It also didn't help Gucci Mane when prosecutors mentioned that he violated the terms of his probation by drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
Did the defendant admit using it to you?
Yes, sir, he did.
Just before the judge revoked part of Davis's probation, he asked the rapper if he had anything to say. Gucci Mane told the judge he'd performed community service by speaking to children at schools and events.
But even behind bars, Gucci was still moving. He dropped The State versus Radrick Davis, and it blew up. Not long after he got out, things went left again. A cop spotted Gucci's white Hummer swerving like it was a video game. They found the car at a body shop with Gucci mid-argument with another dude. When police tried to calm things down, Gucci punched the man in front of the cops. Cuffed and pepper sprayed right on the scene, Gucci caught a long list of charges: reckless driving, obstruction, swerving, no license, you name it. And remember, this is the same guy who once drove from Atlanta to New York just because TSA wouldn't let him fly with his gun. Charges from the Hummer incident got dropped, but probation violation landed him in jail once again. This time, Gucci told the court he wasn't mentally fit to stand trial. He was sent to a psychiatric treatment center, and when he got out a month later, boom! Ice cream face tattoo.
So Shane, what happened that day?
He had quite a few tattoos on his face, and he felt that some of the ones around his eyes made him look like he had a black eye, and he wanted a tattoo that took away from those. I was like, I couldn't really suggest anything for your face. He was like, well, what about this? And he unzipped his hoodie, and he had just the largest piece of jewelry I've ever seen, this large ice cream cone medallion that was just covered in diamond. And I was like, okay, I think I could put something together. Here's the stencil right here.
Oh my God.
One day I'll get around to framing it.
Let me imagine. No way.
He said, I want it to be rock and roll. And so that's where the lightning bolt came from.
And with the burr.
That was kind of funny. I saw a lot of people stating how I misspelled that. And, it's kind of funny it's a sound.
Mind was clearly in a rough place, but the chaos wasn't done. In 2011, Gucci met a woman near South DeKalb Mall, asked her to breakfast, then allegedly offered her $150 to sleep with him. When she said no, Gucci reportedly pushed her out of a moving car. He didn't even show up to court, sent in false testimony, got 6 months in county jail, and found guilty of battery, reckless conduct, and disorderly conduct. He was also ordered to pay the victim, Diana Graham, a $58,000 settlement. And during this mess, Gucci still pulled up to Jeezy's birthday party because he wasn't about to waste his fit. Wild. But believe it or not, things got even darker. In March 2013, a U.S. soldier named James politely asked Gucci's security for a photo in a Harlem club. But instead of a selfie, James caught a champagne bottle to the face from Gucci himself. 10 stitches, Grady Memorial, just for asking for a picture. By the time police showed up, Gucci had vanished. Again, he turned himself in and got hit with aggravated assault. No bond. 2 days later, he posted $75,000 bail. But boom, arrested again for parole violation. 3 more weeks in jail, then 5 months later, one of Gucci's own friends called police on him, claiming he was wilding out. When officers arrived, Gucci refused to go quietly, cursed them out, then threatened to shoot. They arrested him and found a loaded weapon and marijuana on him. The same week, Gucci went full meltdown on Twitter, letting loose with tweets that had the whole internet shook. But even through the madness, he still had street soldiers who'd ride for him no matter what. After threatening the police, federal charges came down, 2 counts of possession of a firearm as a felon. Now it wasn't just street beef. The feds were on him. Gucci was facing 20 years, 2 decades gone, everything, his freedom, career, legacy, hanging by a thread. But somehow, his lawyer came through. Gucci copped a plea deal and got sentenced to 3 years and 3 months. And that sentence, it changed everything.
So, what's got you feeling that way, man?
Niggas just be doing a little that, you know what I'm saying? Do, you know what I mean? Like a little bit.
So where's all that coming from? Because, I mean, y'all had the song together. It seemed like the relationship was going along pretty all right. You know, y'all both repping the A.
I thought it was a real nigga, man, but you know, they were carbon copy, man. Oreo.
All right. So what really was the beginning of the end and making you feel this way that you feel right now?
Nigga tried to get my song on his app, he couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Just came out.
So what he started doing exactly?
You know, just making dish rock. Going on the radio saying little shit. You know what I'm saying? Popping shit.
Was he doing that in Atlanta or in markets that you might not have been in?
He was going to markets I ain't been in yet and do a show before I get there and tell them don't buy my record when it come out.
You actually heard that cats was saying like, don't Gucci out.
I seen it on videotape, so that what made me just flip out like this.
The beef started because Jeezy.
Locked away, Gucci finally had time to confront all the pain, the rage, the chaos. He focused on his health, mental and physical. When he stepped out on May 26, 2016, he looked like a whole new man. Slim, clear-headed, focused. Then in October 2017, Gucci married Keishia Kaware and became a family man with 3 kids. The glow-up was unreal. Nobody saw it coming, but everyone respected it. Still, deep down, we all know the old Gucci ain't gone forever. During that legendary Versus battle with Jeezy, he brought it back out when he played that track, the one that mocked the death of Jeezy's friend, Pookie Lock. It was cold, it was bold, it was Gucci being Gucci. Now that you've seen the madness, the mayhem, the comeback, what do you think is the wildest moment in Gucci Mane's life? Drop it in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another story like this one. We've got more heat coming your way, so stay locked in. See you in the next one.